Welcome. This is Shubhashish Mukherjee from Meghnad Institute of Technology, a mechanical engineering student, second year. And today I'll be discussing a very important topic regarding the automobiles, which is one of the core domains under mechanical engineering. And today the name of the topic I'm going to discuss is automobiles of tomorrow, how the evolution of automobiles take place over the period of time. So let's start. Let's start with some basic introduction, guys. On January 11, 2006, NASCAR, that is the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, revealed the car for tomorrow, which is also known as the car of the future, over 5 years of its design program. Here you can see the evolution of cars. Here is a brief idea about what we are going to discuss from the name. I hope you got it from the name of the topic, as we are about to discuss the needs of evolution of automobile and how different automobile industries are planning on the evolution of the automobiles over the time. So here are some of the models of the future cars. As you can see, you can obviously notice the beautiful infrastructure. Here's another one. Well, so let's get into the topic real quick. Let's see the points that need to be discussed to understand this today's session, this topic. The three prime questions that need to be answered today in order to gain a better knowledge and idea about the automobiles for tomorrow. What are those questions? Number one, how the propulsion systems in automobiles have evolved. Number two, what are the impacts of emission? Number three, why the industries are moving towards electrification. That is why the center of focus shifting from ICE to electrification. So let's start. Let's start with the first question, guys. How the propulsion system in automobile have evolved. Since automobiles were introduced, propulsion systems mainly relied on ICEs, or the internal combustion engines. These type of gasoline and diesel based engines have improved over time, obviously, but with the changing time, different automobile industries are shifting their focus from ICE towards electrification. But since we are talking about shifting of focus from ICE towards electrification, we need to understand some of the technologies that are involved, some of the things that are involved under the ICE technologies that are going to be replaced, and why they need to be replaced at all. Well, these are the current ICE technologies includes the following things: the gasoline direct injection, turbocharger, Atkinson cycle, as well as volt stop start. Now, what are these and why they need to be replaced at all? Let's discuss. Well, so let's start with the first one, gasoline direct injection. Well, highly pressurized gasoline is injected directly into the combustion chamber of each cylinder to improve efficiency. To improve efficiency? So why they need to be replaced at all? Well, they need to be replaced because direct injection can result in engine hesitation as well as a loss of power. Now, the second one, turbocharger. Well, turbocharged engines have a forced induction device to increase the efficiency of the engine. Well, again, the point to be noted, to increase the efficiency. So why they need to be replaced at all? Well, as we all know, turbochargers are used in order to, suck the maximum amount of energy possible from the engine. And as a result, it puts a massive toll over the engine that ultimately results in the decline of efficiency. Next, Atkinson cycle. Well, it is a type of engine of ICE under ICE category invented in the year 1882 by James Atkinson. It is designed to provide efficiency at expense of power density. Atkinson cycle needs to be removed because as it delays the fuel intake of valves closing until the piston has compressibility 20% to 30% of its upward travel on the compression stroke. Well, let's move to the number 4, 12 volt stop start. Well, it has two reasons behind the need of its replacement. Number one, Stop start systems will switch off the vehicle's engine when it has slowed to speeds of a few kilometers per hour. Now, the second reason is an economic point of view. It is more expensive than the contemporary standard types, and which is one of the major reasons, as we all know, all the motives of different industries, not only automobiles but different industries, is to provide maximum quantity in low budget. So that's why they need to be replaced. Now, as I was talking about IC replacement, you can see a global estimate that how the IC use will decrease over the time. The blue one is IC, as you can see, and look how it is, the use of IC is decreasing over the time. Now, the third question, the impacts of emission. Well, from the name, the impacts of emission, we can obviously get an idea the emission of harmful gases that are to the atmosphere through the ICE, and which obviously put a negative impact on our environment, especially the air quality, human health, and also as a result of those, global warming, obviously, which is one of the major concerns right now and need to be dealt with. But why are these emissions are harmful to us? What do they include? Well, these emissions include unburned hydrocarbons, carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, and particulate matter. Well, here's a chart to show you, to give you a better knowledge about, better idea about the percentages of these gas among the 1.1% pollutants in the atmosphere, the 0.9% carbon monoxide, hydrocarbon, nitrogen oxides, as you can see. Now, electrification. Why the shifting of focus taking place from ICE towards electrification after all these years? Well, it's coming out of our different concerns. Automobile industries are moving via joint ventures. That is, different automobile industries are combining their resources as well as enterprises in order to move forward and be the pioneers of the electric car vehicles in the market. But the reason is triggered by the technological advancements, first of all, and second of all, the reason that cannot be ignored, the demand created by the awareness regarding the protection of the environment. Due to these reasons, electric vehicles are now the center of the attention. Here you can see an electric car model. As you can see, the wheels, the wires, the steering, the infrastructure is much more, I hope you have noticed by now, the infrastructure is much more similar to the nano cars that we see running down the streets. And here is a better image, a better diagram to make you understand the things clearly. The blue arrows show the electricity and the red one showing the propulsion. Here is the model, and you can see the thing, battery pack, charging socket, electric engine, etc. The model that is planned and will approach depending on that. Now, since we are talking about electric cars, it is worth mentioning the electric car brands that are gonna bring the electric car vehicles to the market: Arcfox, Alpha T, Audi, Baojun, etc. But among all these electric car vehicles, you need to know for a fact and for knowledge, gaining knowledge, that Baojun is the brand that is gonna provide the cheapest electrical vehicle in the market. Among all the brands, Baojun is the one to do it in the cheapest. Now, since we are talking about different electric car brands, here is an important note to know that China is by far the largest buyer as well as the manufacturer of electrical vehicles. Yes, China. Now, last but not the least, we reach the conclusion point, the entire topic in a nutshell, and the reason behind this topic that I am discussing with you today. Well, the needs. The world as we know is going to change, guys. Our energy resources are diminishing at unprecedented rates, which we all know, and the companies are blocking the development of renewable technologies. the cars of the future are going to be much more different than today's, without a doubt. They won't be massive gas guzzling SUVs or the sport utility vehicles, but rather they will be 5000 mpgs. They won't use gasoline or diesel. Instead, they will use solar, nuclear, as well as hydrogen as their fuel source. The ability to change is put on us, and it is up to all of us, the people who are thinking day and night and working really hard behind these technologies uh, to make world a better place by introducing eco-friendly stuffs. The ability on them is put on them to change, and it is up to the people, the mass, to change their energy use for the better future. Well, so we've reached the end. So that's all for today. If you have any questions and concerns, please throw them into the comment section, and I will be really happy to answer them and clear your doubts. Thank you.